I recently started, oh, this is my drink of choice today. It looks very interesting. This is actually hojicha, which is like brown rice and green tea, I believe. And it's mixed with honey. I don't know why I'm telling you about the drink. It's mixed with sunflower honey, bee pollen. I put like a teaspoon of bee pollen. I don't know why. I heard it has benefits. I don't know. And vanilla oat milk. So good and creamy and good. I truly believe I'm the queen of tea because if you ever come over to my house, I will make you the best tea. Like I have so many different kinds of teas. I have different kind of honeys. I have different kind of milks. I can make you tea. I have different type of sugars. I can make you tea. I can make you tea and it's gonna be good. Apparently you're not supposed to leave the bag in there, but I always start drinking it before it's done brewing, so that's why it's in there. Okay. Anyway, um, what oh, I was supposed to talk about my mom. Okay, so recently I got asked the question who my inspiration in life was, and typically since I was in high school, since I was in high school, my answer has always been my brother. I love my brother. Like my oldest brother, he's just like, I love him so much, and he definitely 1000% is my inspiration. I remember writing a paper on him. I remember writing an entire English paper for my English class. And the same thing, like, who's your inspiration? I just remember writing about him and everything he's been through. I don't know everything, but I know enough to like write a paper and just talk about how much growth I've seen in him and how he inspires me to be myself. And I love how unapologetically himself he is. Just the goofiest, silliest, most wholesome person, but also one of the chillest and like most sensible people on planet Earth. I don't even know. Like he's such a great dad and he's such a great husband to his wife. And I'm so proud of him in so many ways. And I could make this whole video about him. But today, I don't know, for some reason, I put my mom as my answer for what my inspiration is. And I had not done that before. And I wonder why. Because my mom truly is like, maybe I'm becoming in an age where I'm more appreciative than usual because I feel like I've been appreciative my whole life of the kind of mom I've had. But lately, with all the friends that I've made and all the situations, when I hear about the moms that my friends have, or even in my own family, their moms, I've always been so grateful for the mother that I have because y'all, I don't think she's real. Like she's just this really is a video about just like hyping her up because like I've always said that like I don't think my mom's real. Like she can't be. She is 100% a saint. And like I know people put their moms on pedestals. Like I get that. I really do. It's kind of like everybody thinking their dog is the cutest, but like I just don't see how I could ever compare to her. And I know there are people out there whose moms are like politicians, astronauts, like who've done crazy amazing things. And I think all of those are like, this isn't a competition. I'm just saying like those are all true. And that's kind of what I wanted growing up. I was like, dang, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. Like she doesn't really have a real job, which was crazy for me to think. She's a stay-at-home mom. Like there's other moms who do these crazy amazing things and like who are really an inspiration to their kids. That was my tea thing. But not her, like, and I feel awful about that now because there's definitely been times where I haven't been the most respectful of my mom. That was an instance of that. And it's just crazy because my mother has worked so hard her whole life to kind of like do her best, and her best is honestly and sincerely the sweetest, most beautiful thing because my mother spends her days like taking care of children. She's a foster mom. She gives back. She's the type of mom to give the clothes off her back quite literally to anyone who needs it. And it doesn't matter if she's cold. Like she'll make up some sort of excuse and she'll give it to a child, she'll give it to someone older, she'll give it to me. Like she'll give the clothes off her back, whatever she has in her purse, she'll feed whoever comes into her house. So grateful. My mom would like pick up my friends and she would make them food, and she would allow anyone into her house and she would immediately make something for them and give them coffee. And she's great listener. She lets people just go on and on and on, and she's just such a listener. She just like and there's not like a mean, like even my mom angry, I can't even picture like, and she's been angry before and I know this for a fact, with me, with others, whatever, but it's just not her personality. It's so few and far between, and like when she's angry, it's just like not, it's not as felt. It's more of an upset than like pure anger. And she like feeds the homeless on the weekends. Like, who does that? Like, what the? And I'll call her and be like, oh, Mom, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just making like this big pot of rice for the homeless, and she'll make rice, beans, and meat, and she'll take it down to the shelter, or like where they're housing, like not housing, but where they're feeding people who are homeless that need it. And she's done that in Dominican Republic. She's done that here. And I just think in Honduras as well. And I just think that that's like, I could never live up to her. Like, I can't believe I've never thought of her. And she's so grateful and such a happy person. And she doesn't have a lot. And I'm so grateful she would pick us up and drive us places and take us places so that we could be happy, take us to the park, take us to the library. She never had money, and she would take us to like the Salvation Army to buy backpacks for the new school year, or to get backpacks, because and she would always tell us, oh my gosh, if I had money, I would buy you whatever. I would get you whatever you needed and whatever you wanted. Like, and she would tell us that, and now I want to do that. I'm trying so hard not to cry. Why did I make this video? Maybe because Mother's Day was this month. Wow. And she would clean up our rooms without asking, and I'm sorry. She was always a sweetheart, and anything traumatic or bad that ever happened to her, she would kind of lock away and compartmentalize. I don't know if I said that, but like, when I think of my mom, I think of a person wearing a long skirt, and straight long hair, holding a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and like at the same time making rice and reading the Bible. Like, that's the type of woman she is. And she's so reasonable. Like, she grew up really traditional, hardcore Christian, but she's so respectful of other people and their views, and she's so respectful of listening when she doesn't understand anything. When she doesn't understand a topic. And I would get angry with her, and I'd be like, Mom, I know you grew up thinking this way, but things have changed, things are different, and here's why. And she'll always listen, and she'll always make that effort when she has a prejudice or has something like that. Because again, like, she's not perfect, come on. She doesn't maybe know everything ever. So she's so open to listening, and that makes her the most intelligent person for that, simply. But yeah, I'm biased. But I'm grateful, because when my friends and my cousins and other people would have difficulties with their mother, like real hard, difficult truths, difficult things, I would have to look back and be like, thank you, God, that my mother was sweet, and my mother cared, and she tucked us in, and she made us hot milk, and she believed that vapor rub was gonna cure cancer and would cover our bodies with it, and was just that had the sweetest, gentlest touch, and had so much love to give, that she had so many children, not physical children, but she had so many kids call her mother, because so many kids call her mom that aren't related to her at all. And I think that speaks volumes. And she would drive in the rain if she had to, even though it was like her biggest fear. She'd always do it. And sometimes when I see, I'm not gonna get into like our family dynamics, but whenever someone's a little rough with her, she's always has the sweetest response. And I gotta stand up, because what the heck? How can you do that? And I gotta defend, because it doesn't matter. Like, I remember one time my mother told me, I remember I was complaining about something. And I think I didn't want to translate, or I didn't want to do something. I think I was really young. And she said, okay. And she never asked me to translate for her. Like, she tried her hardest to never ask me and my sister to translate for her because she knows that that's a burden. She had heard it somewhere, like someone grown up. They were like, I always had to translate for my mom and my parents, and it was just terrible experience to be going through writing checks for my parents, doing all this. And we did it sometimes. So my mom tried her hardest not to force us to have to translate for her. And I think that's so strong and so sweet. So I remember complaining about it once because she had made us do it a few times. And she told me, I'm trying so hard not to bother you with this, but when I ask you, it's because I really need help. And I used to get mad at her for asking me to make doctor's appointments for her, which taught me a lot. And all I can do is be so ashamed of myself. And again, my mom's not perfect, but she's so freaking close. Yeah, I'm gonna go call her now, because what the heck? Yeah, she's not real. Love her so much. And she watches anime with me. Like, anytime I recommend a show to her, she watches it. And especially if it's dubbed in Spanish, she's seen everything. She's seen so much anime. She watches, like, all the shows I tell her to watch. I'm like, Mom, I just watched this Netflix show. Watch it. And she watches it. Oh my God, she's the best, like, movie partner. And I want to give her the world. So I hope I have many, 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 many years to do that. I want to get really wealthy. YouTube, please help. And buy her everything and just give it to her. And the most I did for her once for a birthday that she had was take her on a cruise, because it was all inclusive, and I was able to do that. And I hope it's a really good memory for her, because we had a great time and it was just me and her, and I'm so lucky. And I've almost lost her before. Why am I making this video? I've almost lost her before. She was in a really bad wreck. This sucks. I'm gonna call her right now. Okay. Bye.